Hey, welcome back to the channel. This has been a video I have been thinking about for months. It's taken me a long time to kind of put it all together. So I'm going to talk about my journey through the world of One Piece up until this point. This might be a long video. So what are my thoughts on One Piece? Because, you know, I don't talk about One Piece enough on this channel. But no, and if you don't know, if you've stumbled across this video, which would be crazy, I read through One Piece on this channel. There's a playlist if you want to start from the beginning. I think there's like 15 videos up until this point, because we are at the recording of this video, I have just put out the time skip. The time skip video just came out. So I actually thought about it and I said, this seems like a perfect time for the first 60 volumes, kind of my feelings on One Piece. Because I know we talk a lot in the comments about it, but I was like, I'll just do it in a video. Should have maybe streamed this so you guys could have like talked with me. I should really get a stream thing set up, huh? Nah, it's neither here nor there. All right. Okay, so I was absolutely in the camp of One Piece, too long. It's trash. Not that I actually thought it was trash, but I was absolutely in that camp of like, it's got almost 100 volumes. I'm not doing this. That's too much time commitment, which is crazy. Hold on, let me pretend like we're in one of the videos. Which is crazy when you think about it. Like, too much of a good thing? I don't want this $1 million. I'll take 100 because it's smaller. Like, I'm thinking back and I'm like, that is an insane thing to think. If it's good, don't you want all of it? Like, good? Don't you want a lot of good things instead of a few good things? I was an idiot. I apologize. I'm sorry. But yeah, I was absolutely in that camp. And then one day when I started collecting manga, the box set was in stock on Amazon. Because that was before I did, like, Right Stuff. I think Right Stuff, the shipping, they're trying their best. Like, I think Right Stuff is one of the best websites to get manga from. I think prices-wise. And you can even order it when it's out of stock and it'll come in stock. They ship amazingly. I'm not sponsored by Right Stuff, but Right Stuff, I do enjoy you. No, that's cringe. All right. Anyway, but yeah, it was on sale on Amazon, and I picked up the first box set, which in today's standards, they're going for astronomical amount of money. Do not buy them. Like, I know a bunch of people say, I've said it again, they'll come back in stock. Like, it might take 6 months, but it will come back in stock. Do not, unless you're just rich, unless you just got money, if you got that, go with God. God bless. Like, go for it. If you don't do it. And I do think the box set is the most cost-efficient way. I think it's the most cost-efficient way to collect One Piece. I really, really do. Absolutely. Like, it's just math. So I got the box set, and it was the perfect time because I was going up to visit a buddy I hadn't seen in a long time in Utah. We were going to go, like, snowboarding and stuff. It was going to be awesome. I had, like, a 6-hour flight and then, like, a 2-hour layaway, and then it was going to be, like, a 6-hour flight back. So I had, like, 14 hours. I wish, dude, if I was doing this YouTube stuff when I did this trip, man, my bag was, like, a few clothes. The bottom was lined with volumes of One Piece. I don't recommend that's how you travel with manga, but at the time, that's what I had to do to get the One Piece. And I read volume 1 to volume, like, 20. I think it was almost the entire first box set in that week and a half that I was doing that trip. It was the best way for me to read it. Because not only do I think that One Piece starts off fantastically. The more I think about the beginning volumes of One Piece, it's such a fun adventure getting introduced to these characters. I should have maybe watched my first video again to see what my actual thoughts were. That would have been neat, but I didn't do that. But now, like, having known these characters, it is such a fun way that they get introduced. So it's not like I had to force myself, but he didn't really have like TV, or I didn't have like a lot of distractions. Like my computer wasn't there, you know, this stuff wasn't there. Like I wasn't in my home. So really, like when it became night and I couldn't sleep, or because I was sleeping on an air mattress. I mean, it was a nice air mattress. Like he was a lovely host. If he watches this, buddy, hey, I'm coming back up there soon. We got to go snowboard again. But if I couldn't sleep, that's what I had as my enjoyment. And I know you're thinking like, well, hey, you're acting like it's not that. It's not that like I forced myself to do it. But have you ever not really wanted to do something, but kind of wanted to do something, but you needed that little extra push to make yourself do it? This was the perfect way for me to do it. And by the end of that trip, it was over with. Like, I purchased the second and third box set immediately. I think the third one was out of stock and I had to wait a little bit, but like that second one was there immediately. And then I started doing this YouTube thing because I was like, you know, I was so taken aback by One Piece and actually enjoying it as much as I did, that the same thinking that I had, which was like, it's too much of a good thing. I was like, I have to make a video. People probably won't even see it because, you know, YouTube's algorithm. I had 0 subscribers, didn't have a YouTube channel. You know, like, people probably won't see it, but I just felt the need. I was like, have people heard about this One Piece thing? You guys, this One Piece thing is kind of amazing. So, and then the reception to that video was incredible, and that just snowballed into what I try to do every week, which is like do a One Piece video. And it keeps me reading One Piece because as we can listen, I feel like, you know, we're like family here. I can say this without judgment. I don't want judgment. You in the back specifically, I immediately, when I feel like judgment came out of my mouth, you said, I'm definitely going to judge. No. There's some slow arcs in One Piece. Listen, I'm not saying they're bad arcs. I'm just saying, you know, thriller bark. I stand behind it. It's not a fantastic arc. To me, it's good, but it's not Water 7. You know? Like, we all can agree. I think that just had a bum break to come after an arc like that. It's bad placement. Like, it was hard. It's kind of like with the Ace stuff. Like, that's what I'm so excited about, getting into, like, this new world that's coming up. You're going to follow Ace? Like, you're going to follow all that stuff? And, like, Luffy ringing the bell? If I thought the arc following Water 7 had a lot to live up to, these arcs coming up, I'm not going to lie to you guys, they have a lot to live up to. Because not only do we have the Ace stuff, we have the Water 7 stuff, the Impel Down, which was awesome. Impel Down. You can get all my thoughts on these arcs, obviously, in the videos, but to reiterate, Impel Down, the more I think about it, that is, to me, that is the most fun and actiony and some of the best One Piece has been. Like, yes, with the Paramount War and Alabasta and Crocodile and Smoker, like, they're great bits and pieces of, but I'm talking about an arc. You have comedy with like Buggy and Luffy and the legend that is Bon Clay, and you have action and you have drama. Like, Impel Down, for being such a smaller arc, is packed with so much. The more I think about it, the more I'm thinking back about like One Piece and kind of what it is, Impel Down to me, I don't know if it's my favorite. That would take a lot more thinking. But off the top of my head, some of the strongest at this point, what I think One Piece can be, Impel Down, is up there all around. But I think what surprised me the most about One Piece was for a manga that's billed as like shonen action, kind of for kids, kind of goofy. The characters that Oda has made are deeper than some characters for the quote unquote like adult manga. Not that kind of adult manga though. No. But mature manga. Because and I think it does have to do with, we are on this journey with them. At the time you didn't know, but like now someone like me coming into it for the first time, it's a long journey. It is, 20 years. So that does help it, that you stay with these characters for so long. But not only that, for Oda to put them in positions and tell stories with them that we, as like fans and readers of this, can kind of relate to our own stuff. Like, hopefully, I hope not, but some of us, I have, like, you've lost people very, very close to you. You have the Ace stuff, like, or, people at school or at your home or at work, they don't think you're worth anything, or they judge you for X, Y, Z. You have like Luffy's ability to be like, I'm going to be this regardless of what other people think. Regardless of that stuff, I'm going to do this. Which, yes, I guess you could say is a shonen trope, but the way that he writes Luffy, it comes off as sincere, to me at least. And like Sanji, we all have feelings for people that do not reciprocate. No. I don't know. I just think that the characters go through things. Zoro is actually to me, has some of the best character development. Because you got to think, when we first met him, he was like, I'm going to be the greatest swordsman. That is my goal. That is my mission, to fulfill this dream that my friend couldn't fulfill. But now, yes, he wants to be the greatest swordsman. He's training with Mihawk. That's going to be, I can't wait for that. But he still has that dream. But he was kind of like this lone wolf type character. Like, I'm better, by myself. But now, to me, now he is the most loyal of the crewmates. Of the Straw Hats, Zoro 100% is always looking out for everyone. I mean, he might not be able to find him with a sense of direction, but, he'll be there. Might take him a minute because he'll circle around, but he'll be there. But, to do it in 60 volumes, and I know, like, a lot of shonen manga, any manga, doesn't run for 60 volumes, but to still do that with a character and sell it and not make it like well, of course, he was the bad guy. Then they became friends, and now he's one of the guys. It's been done a lot. I'm not going to name names, but it's been done a lot, But just that trajectory of Zoro. But to me, he does seem like he has some of the best character development up until this point. I'm sure everyone gets their moment to shine. And that's not... Oda does ensemble so well. It is rare. It is so rare to watch any type of show or read any type of fiction or anything, and you like every single of the ensemble cast. There's always, like, I like 3 of the 5, or, these 2 are pretty good. I could really care less if the others leave the show. But every Straw Hat, and even the Straw Hats that join later, the Brook, Frankie, Nico, Robin, even those become an integral part, and you care about them. Nico Robin's past, with her mother and all, amazing. Even Frankie, who can come off as like a dumb Arnold Schwarzenegger, like, impersonator, in Speedos. Like, you say that character, like, big muscle guy in Speedo, people are like, that guy seems like he's kind of cringe. But he's not. Brooke is a skeleton. Oda makes you care for this skeleton, and he has such a tragic backstory. Does he get to Laboon? Do they reunite? You might know that. I don't know that. And I want them to reunite. I'm rooting for them. And another thing that's incredible about One Piece is the world. Legitimately, the expanding world that he has created. And not only that, like, that he takes time, and even fans can get enough knowledge to be like, oh yeah, the little small island in the corner, like he has specific, climate or trees or animals or inhabitants. Like, when people talk about world building and they put like Lord of the Rings or Star Wars or Game of Thrones in a conversation, I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't really watched Game of Thrones or Lord of the Rings. I've watched most of Star Wars, like the original, and anyway, this is not a Star Wars thing, but to me, in a world-building aspect, One Piece should be brought up in that conversation, and that's like literature. And I think people look over it because they're like, manga for children. It's not the case. I know I wasn't expecting it because I thought that same way, but this world is alive. And what I mean by that is, it feels like nothing is by accident. And even Oda has done this before, like, even characters like in the background or little things here and there, nothing is by accident. I feel like everything has a meaning. I got one comment on the most recent One Piece video, and I love this comment. It was like, he rang the bell 16 times, and I really started like trying to decipher what does 16 has to mean something. The number 16 has to mean something. And the reason that like it's kind of funny is because that's the way you have to think. Because Oda doesn't seem to do anything by accident. I'm sure he has done something by accident and then maybe like retconned it without people realizing it and brought it in and been like, actually, it wasn't by accident. You've been doing it for 20 years. Like, that had to have happened. Maybe he's just that goated. Like, I don't know. He might be. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that, the world that he has created is, and the story that he tells, you do have to think that way. Like, okay, he's wearing one shoe. What does this one shoe mean? It's got to mean something, right? It's really not great for your brain, especially if you do videos talking about One Piece a lot. You really start thinking about like, oh, did this mean something? Should I bring this up in a video? Because does it mean something later on? And that plays into, I think, when we talk about manga and rereadability of manga, One Piece is at the top of that list. Because it's so dense and so much of it that, like, I feel like I could stop right now, do videos on rereading the first 60 volumes, and come away with different thoughts about those 60 volumes. Should I? No. We go forward. Don't be surprised, though. Come back to this video in like 2 years or whenever I get caught up, like a year probably. I'm moving through it. Don't be surprised if a bunch of videos start popping up of me rereading One Piece after I get caught up. I guarantee you that probably happens. Because I have thought about the beginning of One Piece. No joke. Twice a week for the last month. About like, I should just at least read like the first few volumes again. Brush up on my One Piece knowledge, especially after that quiz. Oh, 30. I think I got 32 right. I'm better than that. But I'm going to be honest with you. The biggest surprise I've had with One Piece is you guys. I feel like that was a cheesy answer, but it's true. Like, I truthfully mean that. I would never thought a bunch of people would have gotten together and been so cool with someone trying to get into the thing that they're into. Because there's that stigma, especially with anime, less manga, but like anime and this fandom of like, you're new here? We don't like new people. But you guys have been amazing. Like, helping me out with chapters, with names, wanting to talk about, like, hey, did you notice this? Which makes me think back. I'm like, oh my God, they are right. And, like, leading me, being my sensei through this One Piece journey. I would have never thought that. And I guess that's not everybody's experience, but maybe it, like, I do feel like you have that friend that's like, hey, check out this cool thing. And that's what you guys are for me. You're like, hey, check out this cool thing. Or keep checking out this thing that you're checking out. And that is my biggest surprise, that the fandom or the community of One Piece has been so welcoming. It is shocking. And that's what I tell people. I'm like, no, you should definitely get into One Piece, and like, because these people like online are so cool. And I would have never expected to have conversations that I've had with some of you. It makes me feel like growing up. Like, it makes me feel like a kid. I'm a kid again. Like, oh, it is cool. This thing is very cool. Did you see it? I didn't even notice it. That's so crazy that you pointed this out. Like, conversations, the community, and the welcomeness of when I make dumb mistakes in videos or make bad pronunciation, because that does happen a lot. It does. It really, really does. And the other thing, no spoilers. You guys have never once spoiled anything for me. That's almost unheard. I almost want to call Guinness Book of World Record and be like, hey, listen, I have a record. Because on the internet, this has got to be the longest. Because how long have we been doing these videos? Like 4 months? Never, not once. At least over like all videos put together. Hundreds of comments. It's incredible. So yeah, that was my biggest surprise, is finding people that not only really enjoy this thing that I was getting into, but enjoying the conversation and enjoy the community that we have. Like, it's so great. So incredibly cool. So great. But yeah, I don't know. I could probably make 3 more videos rambling about One Piece. And I think I am. This is a secret for you guys that have made it to the end of this video. Don't tell anybody. Within a month, you will probably see. I'm thinking doing it kind of this style, with more like with images and stuff like I do with the reviews. But I think I'm going to do videos on certain characters. It's going to take a little bit more like writing out my thoughts, because a lot of the reviews, another secret, a lot of the reviews, I jot down little things that like I want to talk about, but a lot of it is just like me being excited about what went on in the volume. So it's kind of easy to kind of have like these few sentences, and then I can kind of make a whole video about it. But with characters, I kind of really want to go in depth on them. So it's taking a little bit more thought and writing and sitting down. But I within a month of this video being posted, I bet you see my first One Piece character video. Maybe sooner. So that's a secret for you that have made it to the end of this video. Which, if you've made it to the end of this video, as always, very much appreciate you. You guys, if I've not said it enough, are incredible. So if you're having a bad day and you're like, if something was hitting you different, hey, get out of that. Get out of that headspace. You're great. You're incredible. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching this video. I know it was different. It was just me sitting here rambling. Hopefully you found some enjoyment out of it. Overall, One Piece is kind of amazing. That's my final thought. One Piece, pretty good. Yeah. Thank you. And I'll see you next time.